Ratio problems are guaranteed exam questions on test day, and they usually rely on one of three specific traps that students fall into. By the end of this video, you will have three perfectly formatted solutions written down to beat them, using the official Corbett Maths worksheet as our guide. Pause the video now, grab a pencil and a piece of lined paper, and write down the heading for question 1. Mastering these three questions creates a repeatable template for the core ratio scenarios you will face on test day. We'll start with question 1A, which asks us to simplify the ratio 25 to 35. Write the numbers 25:35 onto your paper. To simplify a ratio, you need to find the highest common factor, the largest number that divides evenly into both sides. Because 25 and 35 both end in a 5, divide both sides by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5, and 35 divided by 5 is 7. Write that final answer, 5 to 7, on your answer line. Before moving on, always check if the numbers can be divided any further. Since 5 and 7 are both prime, you've secured full marks. Move on to question 2. Here, we need to divide a total of 700 pounds into a 5 to 3 to 2 ratio. Avoid the common mistake of trying to immediately divide that 700 pounds by the individual ratio numbers. We need to use total parts. Imagine the ratio as physical shares of a whole sum. Use the atom method. Step 1 is add the parts together. 5 plus 3 plus 2 equals 10 parts in total. Step 2, divide the total 700 pounds by those 10 parts. Each single part is worth 70 pounds. Step 3, multiply each original ratio number by that 70-pound value. On your paper, calculate 5 times 70 for 350 pounds, 3 times 70 for 210 pounds, and 2 times 70 for 140 pounds. You can verify your work by adding these answers together. If they don't equal the 700 pounds, there's a calculation error to fix. Now look at question 8. Chris and Molly share money in a 2 to 3 ratio, and Molly specifically receives 240 pounds. Write out the names and the ratio. Place the 240 pounds underneath Molly's side of the equation. Many students instinctively add the 2 and 3 together here, but this is a different scenario. The 240 pounds belongs exclusively to Molly, so it must be linked only to her ratio number. If Molly's 3 parts equal 240 pounds, dividing 240 by 3 shows that one single part equals 80 pounds. Now we can find Chris's share. Multiply his 2 parts by that 80-pound value to get 160 pounds. To find the total competition winnings, combine Chris's 160 pounds with Molly's 240 pounds for a final total of 400 pounds. Strictly mapping specific data to specific names is how you solve missing part problems without falling into the total sum trap. Look at your paper. You have just completed 3 distinct exam questions with perfect formatting. You now have the toolkit to find common factors, distribute using total parts, and link isolated values to names. Try this final challenge. Pause the video and independently solve question 10 about the rugby match, which combines everything we've covered. High marks in these exams come from identifying which structural template the examiner is using to frame the question.